Demand has gone sky high for premium economy, with even Emirates having recently jumped on board unleashing their shiny new product. But consumers are scratching their heads and asking, is this good value? Or just a scam the airlines cooked up? Let's find out as we fly Singapore Airlines in premium economy.
I just wanna dance it off. Ignore the world with me tonight. Wanna dance it off. Put your body next to mine.
We all know that economy serves a purpose, and in the world of economics, the airlines make most of their revenue from the premium products in their first and business class cabins. We'll stick to legacy carriers, as this won't apply so much to low-cost carriers whose business model is very different. It's no secret that the bigger the plane, the bigger the profit. And looking at the route from Singapore to London on board the beautiful Airbus A380, here's the cost for a one-way ticket in the next few months. Prices do vary depending on demand, route and also availability. But if you take the amount of seats at the cost on the screen, then the airline will make the most profit from economy, but it also occupies a huge amount of the plane. But what about the size of the seat? And this is where it gets interesting, because an economy seat has a pitch of 32 inches and a width of 19. So at 125% less in price than premium economy, to be the same value you'd expect a seat with 40 inches and 45 inches width. But in reality, they aren't anywhere near this, and premium economy is only 19 inches larger while charging 125%. Anyway, that's enough maths, my brain is hurting, so it's back to the review. Good morning from Singapore, Changi Airport. Just got off a flight from Hyderabad, so I'm a bit jet lagged because I fell asleep for maybe an hour, but we'll connect to another flight now. Anyway, quite excited because this is quite a change, flying with 5-star airlines, Singapore Airlines. I am well aware that Doha's just won the award for Skytrax's World's Best Airport. Congratulations. Personally, I don't always agree with their rankings, and in this case, I disagree. Sorry Doha, you're still one of our favourites, but I just personally prefer Singapore's Changi Airport. There is so much to do here, whether you have lounge access or not. The only thing I didn't realise and unfortunately missed out on was the huge waterfall inside the Jewel, which doesn't switch on until 10 AM, and my flight departs before this. So unfortunately for me, the light show and the waterfall start at 10 AM in the morning, and my flight leaves at 9. After touring India for a week and a half, I for some reason decided it was a good idea to finish my trip with a flight back from Singapore all the way to London. That's going to be a long 13 hours sitting upright, and I am not the best of sleepers. Singapore Airlines is a 5-star airline, but this is the first occasion where I've been less than impressed. Besides boarding us late and confusion caused by another gate boarding at the same time, it was pretty chaotic. Enough said. On first impressions, the premium economy section looks incredible. I love the hint of the orange from the pillows and the subdued lighting, which is purple. Even the economy, which is just behind it, looks pretty good. And I have to say, having recently flown economy with Singapore Airlines, my expectations were blown away by some really good aspects and some which were poor, but that's a separate review. The layout for premium economy on the Airbus A380 is in a 242 configuration, and I opted for seat 37A, which is at the back and next to the window. But if it's not reserved, row 31 benefits from extra legroom. Singapore Airlines blurs the line between economy and business, so you get decent headphones which totally raise the bar to other airlines, a hot towel which you even get in economy and is normally reserved for business class, and this pretty firm orange pillow that was very formidable.
On behalf of Singapore Airlines, we hope you have a great time on board as well as in Singapore or anywhere else in the world we take you.
This is pretty good at 38.5 inches of pitch and 19 inches of width. That's a good amount of space. The footwell is a couple of inches wider than economy, but there is so much room in front, which is useful because when the person in front reclines, it makes it extremely hard to get out without disturbing the person next to you. It does carry the option though to raise your feet with a rest bar, which apparently helps with circulation. Let's take a look around the seat. In between the seats in front is a tiny light blue storage compartment, one for each seat, which would be a great place to store your phone, although I don't recommend this because anyone could steal it. They aren't even large enough for the complimentary bottle of water or the very eco-friendly looking Amenity kit, which were both found on my seat when boarding. Sometimes the cabin is just too warm. I think the person in front waving the menu agrees, so it's nice to have an air nozzle you can set yourself. Unfortunately, Singapore Airlines didn't install this as an option. The seatback pocket is very robust, if not a little bit on the tight side, but at least there's a USB-A charging port just below the in-flight entertainment screen, which itself is a good size at 13.3 inches. Every little counts. The interface is spot on for a 5-star airline, a good looking interface and lots of content, even if you do travel a lot.
The one you always like, the one that always gets you psyched. We've been drinking all the cheap wine all night, acting stupid but it feels so right.
I do often find that the emphasis falls more on the movies than the TV shows, and there isn't always an excellent selection. Having seen the adverts so many times, I was really enjoying the TV show Julia. She's pretty funny, and almost like an American version of Mrs. Bouquet. Hopefully someone knows what I'm talking about.
Blow your horn, Richard.
What for?
This old lady on the pavement. You must warn her you're coming.
Which brings me to the headphones, which are so good you'd expect these to be in business class. No noise cancelling, but they were really well made, branded with the Singapore Airlines logo, and extremely comfortable. I am so impressed. Should you wish to watch and charge your own device, there's a universal plug socket just below the seat, and there's a second, I kid you not, USB-A socket. How many devices do they think I own?
We've been drinking all the cheap wine all night.
Unfortunately, like the boarding process, the food just wasn't Singapore Airlines' strong point. Let's take a look at the menu anyway.
I just wanna dance it off. Ignore the world with me tonight. Wanna dance it off.
For the breakfast, I couldn't resist the dim sum selection, but to be honest, the smell was a little intense. And I do like dim sum, but I've never experienced this before. It was also a little odd to add a plate of mixed fruit, croissant and strawberry yogurt, but these were very satisfying. Overall, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. After dinner, I went for a little walk around the premium economy, and to use the bathroom, which is clean, modern, and has very little else to talk about. Unless you're in business class, there are no special amenities, and no windows to look out unless you're travelling on the Airbus A380. That's okay though, because this is premium economy, although besides the amenity kit, there are a few items which are available on request. Going back to the amenity kit, I don't think they should have bothered. It's lovely, but I just think about the waste. Either way, it contains a cheap but reasonable pair of slippers, an eye mask, and a Singapore Airlines branded lip balm. While trying to sleep, I discovered a leg support, but my body decided it was fully awake. So after 2 hours, I gave up and went to the galley in search of entertainment. Orange juice and water were pre-poured, ready to go. And there were a few pre-packed items, cereal bars, Kit Kat, muffin, and even a banana. But I was heading back to my seat because the cabin crew advised me they were about to do a sandwich service, my favourite because of its versatility. I think the options were egg or chicken. I can't remember, but either way, they were really good. While I remember, there is Wi-Fi on board the Airbus A380, and it's unlimited for passengers in premium cabins. But don't worry, because if you're travelling in economy or premium economy, if you pre-register before getting on board for a KrisFlyer account, it's also free. Although, internet was a bit sketchy once you get to Europe for some reason.
I
I did briefly sleep on the flight from Delhi to Singapore, but that might have been a mistake, because as we approached Turkey, I still hadn't slept at all. At this point, I was just trying to pass the time in any way that was possible. Unfortunately, boredom means snacking and weight gain. I must do better next time, which leads us to dinner. Unlike the breakfast, the dinner didn't have an overbearing scent and looks pretty healthy. The main course was roast chicken thigh with sweet potato mash and vegetables, which was definitely a comfort food. A bottle of still water, warm bread with butter, and a white chocolate cream cake. Oh my, yum yum. I enjoyed this a lot more, and so it scores a 9 out of 10. One more trip to the bathroom and I was eager but not quite desperate to get off the plane. I don't think it even matters if you were sitting in first class. Being on a plane is a slightly strange experience, and there is nothing better than your own bed back at home. I don't know if I've been to Terminal 2 before, but I am so relieved because Brent decided he wanted a day trip and has kindly agreed to pick me up. Woohoo! So 3-hour wait for a bus is not on the cards today. So besides have a sleep on the way back, all that's left to do is to conclude today's flight. So this is certainly a new one. I don't remember the last time I came to Terminal 2. In terms of the flight, it's a really good seat. Cabin crew always exceptional on Singapore Airlines. The food again, really enjoyed the choices you got. Even the snacks in between were really good. I think I slightly prefer the British Airways premium economy seat. It just feels a little bit more enclosed for some reason. It might be the dark blue as well, which gives it a more premium feel. But an absolute joy. Boarding was a little bit chaotic. Definitely a great product. Long flight. Can't wait to go home and sleep. Thank you for watching.
We're driving down